Welcome to the Everyday Black Men Podcast.
Welcome.
Podcast for authentic black male thoughts.
Welcome.
I am Riker, and I'm joined by Armstead because R. Reed
couldn't be here. But we understand why he couldn't be here because last episode, if you guys are following.
Last episode what?
He has a death in the family.
He did have a death in the family.
Yes, he did. Moment of silence.
Okay.
All right.
Moment of silence for R. Reed, who could not be here. We're going to go ahead into a segment that I'm now renaming Top Hats. Because the top hat is the first thing I see.
Is
on
it?
A person.
Is it?
Yes. I understand that some people may like shoes or perhaps a colorful tie, but if you're wearing a top hat, that's the first thing I'm gonna see. And I'm gonna be like, what, who, where, why? But getting into the segment without any more delay, as R. Reed would say if he were here, white people can give a fuck about how you feel about their hypocrisy. Bret Kavanaugh was confirmed, and justice in America died a little bit, as, you know, it often does.
A little
white
bit.
People are in charge. We shall overcome. We're going to get out. We're going to vote in November.
November what?
November 6th.
November 6th.
Yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, you can vote on November 6th, and we can go ahead. We can clear the house of these dastardly fiends who call themselves Republicans.
Republicans.
We saw how Lisa... I'm not even going to try to spell her last name because you didn't show up to the vote.
She did not? She was late or she not show up?
Her last name was like Murkowski. But you didn't show up to the vote. I get that you opposed, but I need you to put that in writing. And Susan Collins, of course, turncoat, but I mean, she's from Maine, so what do we expect?
Yeah.
You know, Maine, kind of always a little, at the top of the United States on that little edge over there, and their little, weird kind of place.
And a little spot somewhere that's not known of or cared about, maybe.
But don't worry, Susan Collins, this will be your last vote. Don't you worry about it. We're not totally mad at you. I understand. You're going to do like white rapist apologists do. And you're going to vote for white supremacy in any form that you can get it.
And fashion.
And of course, she has no fashion. I'll
None?
show you a picture of her, but yeah, she's very, very plain clothes. Very plain clothes. And then the other guy who didn't want to attend because of his daughter's wedding, like, fuck your daughter, come and vote. But he decided that he was going to abstain, but he said he would have voted for Bret Kavanaugh, but his daughter. It's like, nah, what you are is you a 50% racist. You're like, if it looks like America's going racist, I'm down in it. But if it's going to be something that, maybe I'll have to speak for later. Oh, guys, my daughter just happened to get married this weekend.
Did his daughter really get married?
His daughter really did get married.
Would you choose to go to your daughter's wedding?
Over voting for something that I think is important? No. I'm telling my daughter, like, sorry, babe, I got to...
But you got to give away your daughter.
Hey, I don't have to give away my daughter.
You have to.
I could delegate that to her because, she is a woman. It's 21st century.
But she wants you to be there as her father.
I can imagine that she does. But baby, you see this vote, like, this could be whether or not I get reelected. And I mean, you're an adult now if you're getting married in most states.
Makes sense.
So I mean, I need you to be an adult about this. I mean, you had this date. We didn't know that the vote was going to be this weekend. But sometimes, I'm sorry, life sucks.
You couldn't have pushed the wedding back?
I mean, you don't put you can't push your wedding back. No, you can't. You can't push your wedding back at all. So I
thought you can push a wedding at a certain time before an election can be pushed.
I mean, you're right, but
even not even the date. Let's just say the time.
I mean, but if you finagle the time, now you got to pay more. Which he is working for Congress, so yeah, he does have the money to be able to push the wedding time. He could have paid the venue a little bit so that he could have done it. And I'm pretty sure they would have chartered a flight out to wherever he was, but it doesn't matter because he didn't show up to the vote, and he just kind of decided to be an asshole. And it's like, dude, I mean, I get it, but you're a piece of shit for voting for this guy. But I don't know why I'm sitting here talking about it because white people can give a fuck about how I think about their hypocrisy. It just is what it
gives a fuck.
What I'll end this with is a quote by P.J. O'Rourke.
O'Rourke?
O'Rourke.
O'Rourke.
Yes.
P.J. O'Rourke.
Yes. His quote is, Democrats are the party which says government will make you smarter, taller, richer, and remove the crabgrass from your lawn. Republicans are the party that says government sucks, and they get elected into office to prove it.
Damn.
Sucks, but it's true. Moving into the next top hat segment, we had the black officer who died. He was known as a quote-unquote gentle giant.
How did he die?
So, in Florence County, which, no relation to Hurricane Florence, there was a routine police...
Stop.
No, not a stop. This was just they were coming to serve a warrant.
Uh-huh.
They were looking for accused pedophile, essentially. Sexual assaulter.
Pedophile.
So, accused sexual assaulter. They were coming to serve a warrant to find this guy. In Florence County, South Carolina.
Right.
The deputies arrived.
They got
out, decided to come, go to the door, and started getting shot at. It's a routine thing. They didn't think to bring anything. Eventually, SWAT gets called in and all these other people, and they finally get the guy. But, of course, the officer who dies is the black guy. Officer Terrence Caraway, rest in peace. We don't always say that for officers, but by all accounts, you were someone who looked forward to helping other people, and now that we've seen all the facts, you were doing your job, and this guy just decided to fire in on you. And
now, who shot him?
Of course, it was a white guy. He was defending his sexual assaulting son. He didn't want his son to be taken by the cops, although he was apprehended. There were also children in there. Apparently, the sexual assaulter, his father, the one who shot the officer,
right.
Terrence, he runs let's say a halfway house. It's really, something where kids come in and out. And so he sexually assaulted a child. So actually, I take that back. He is a fucking pedophile. And he decided that he was going to be there with his dad. His dad decided to take things into his own hands. I don't know what his end game was. Did you think that after seeing the deputies, they were not going to come back with more deputies? Did you just get overwhelmed because they're coming for your son? Did you raise your son to be a pedophile? Like, there are several things here that we could go into. But
how old is his son?
Son was 28, I believe.
Wow.
28.
Yeah,
he apparently was touching little kids. I don't know if it's male or female. They didn't go into that part of the story. But a family is now without their husband, father, brother, cousin, because of the cowardly act of another one of these white extremists. That we're not doing enough to stop.
Why is so serious?
I mean, I don't know why they are so serious about killing people. Now, was this racially motivated? I know it's the first thing people are going to say, but Riker, it wasn't racially motivated. No, but if you decide that you are bigger and bolder and badder than the law.
How much time did he get? That's what I really want to know.
He hasn't gotten any time yet. I mean, this just happened.
This just happened?
So he's probably sitting in jail right now. If he hasn't been bonded out, by one of his fellow supremacists. You know how they roll.
Do you feel like a person who's done stuff like that over time and they get caught for it later should get more time than a person who done it recently and got caught for it?
That's a good question. The answer is no. I think you should get the same amount of time. I feel like if you got away with it for 4 years, I still want you in jail as badly and for as long as the nigga who we caught last Sunday with his hands down somebody else's pants who didn't ask for it. I mean, if somebody asked for it, that's a whole different thing. Like, I saw a video of this inmate. This girl was over there. They were in the pews of the visitation area, and she just kept sliding over and giving him some of the old
tongue and groove.
The old tongue and groove. The old tongue and groove is what she was.
No relation to the club.
No relation to the club whatsoever. But she kept going over there, give him some tongue and groove, give him some tongue and groove, give him some tongue and groove. It's like the cops were trying, or not the cops, parole officers were trying to get her or figure out if she was doing anything, but she was just too quick. She'd bob her head down for a little bit, then come back up, then bob her head down for a little bit, come back up, and that right there, ladies and gentlemen, that's real love. But
she got caught.
She did not get caught.
She didn't?
She didn't get caught. I mean, the security camera caught her, but I mean, at this point in time, it's after the fact. Can't stop something that already happened. I mean, if you're in prison, I mean, I'm pretty sure this is like the one moment you've been looking forward to all month.
God damn.
Exactly. But it's just a sad situation overall, for that. But the last topic before I close out Top Hats is going to be on white women trying to take our knee.
Our knee?
What I mean by that is, you remember our boy Colin Kaepernick, how he was taking a knee for police brutality in America, and white people got all up in arms. How dare you do that, Colin Kaepernick? You're a terrible person. Da 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 da. And now white women think that they're going to take a knee for rape culture. Okay.
What?
You didn't do not one goddamn thing to help us out when we were trying to protest police brutality. You don't get to co-opt our movement and turn it into one over what you want it to be because you feel like this is the time for you to do things. No, it's not the time. You figure out your own little way of protesting, however you want to do it, whenever you want to do it. But no, you're not going to do it here in our moment. Taking a knee during the national anthem, that's our thing. That's what black people do to protest police brutality. We're not protesting rape culture. If you want to figure out something, then you go right ahead. But
y'all could take a leg or something. Sit down.
Yeah, y'all can take a leg or something. Do something different.
Sit down. Indian style.
Yeah, sit down Indian style for rape culture. Do that. But you don't get to try to turn our thing into something for y'all. Like no, we're not having that. We're not playing that in 2018. I shout out to a first person to bring it into my eyes. Bishop Talbert Swan, SWAN. But Bishop Talbert, we really appreciate you for calling them out. I hope that your congregations continue to fill up and that you continue to get blessings on blessings from the Most High.
Blessings on blessings on blessings
because
on blessings.
We need black men who are sticking up and not sitting down, not being apologetic. We need black men to come correct when it comes to stuff like this. So thank you, Bishop, and we look forward to more good work from you.
Good work.
Switching gears, we're going into entertainment. And the entertainment today, we're just going to go on to one topic.
What?
So, what y'all didn't hear last week is I went into Nappily Ever After. But I felt the segment could use a little bit more flavor.
How was that movie? Was it pretty good?
So, let's get into it. The movie's not for us. It's not for black men. So Armstead, if you watch it, it's not going to have as much for you. However, if your girl watches it with you, she's going to get a lot out of it. She's going to get a ton out of it. And what I mean by that is that Nappily Ever After, it deals with expectations versus the reality. So the reason that she cuts off her hair is because of a multitude of things. So first, going foremost, she's and you know what? Spoiler alert.
Spoilers!
So, spoiler alert aside, she basically has always groomed herself to be perfection. And by perfection, I mean that this is partially a phenomenon we don't talk about often enough, Armstead, which is that mothers tend to try to raise their daughters to be the women they wish they could have been. And you need to raise your daughter
Some
to be,
do that. Yes,
a smart woman, somebody who is respectable, someone who values herself above all others, and someone who's not, just looking for a man to complete her life. But instead, what Violet's mother in this movie has done is that she's essentially tried to mold her daughter into being the woman that she wishes that she was, that she's perfect and she doesn't step out of line and she gets the right career and has the right man and does the right moves so she can have the right life. And, that's great. I feel you on that. I understand it. I get it. But at the same time, you gotta let Violet be Violet. So, keeping all that into mind, and now that you know about kind of Violet's mind state, Violet essentially thinks that, going into the start of the movie, that her boyfriend Clint is going to give her a ring. And you know how women get about a ring. So she has her mom come over and sneaks her into the house all early as fucking morning, like 5 a.m. to do her hair and get her hair all did and get ready for everything.
She knows the ring is coming?
Well, no, Clint's already in the bed. So she sneaks out of the bed with Clint at like 4 something in the morning to let her mom in at 5, to have her mom do her hair, to have her mom leave so that she can go and go back to Clint and be like, hey, baby, how's it going?